Hello everyone, this is Ali Reza. In this episode, I will talk about can hear. Now, it took me around 1 or 2 hours to figure what was wrong, and trust me, there is nothing like this on internet. I researched heavily and I didn't find anything, and I then tweaked something and it worked, and I said, oh, I was dumb. Okay, so for can hear node, can hear, can we hear? Okay, so we have a condition node. Please close. Okay, class BT can hear node, and a condition of BT can hear node schema. This is BT base node schema. It's node, and this is BT base node. God, I can't talk anymore. If you don't know, I just recorded a bunch of videos in one day. That is why my sound is a bit harsh. So in the base, in the node itself, initialize and tick. In the schema, you will have initialize and draw node properties. Now, before we go any more forward, let's take a look at our scenes and figure what is there to be used for sound. Well, the capsule will be our target. If I come and add a component for audio, you will see that we have audio source. Audio listeners, well, you will only have them on cameras, but we will have audio source. Okay? And audio source has this nice curve that you can use, So right now it's on logarithmic roll-off. You can use linear, or you can use custom that you can add keys and do that. Let's keep it on logarithmic. Now, in here, to calculate the volume of the sound based on what we have here, we need first the two game objects to calculate the distance. So we say serialized field. Well, I'm a bit lazy. We have it here. So let's get the agent and the target. And we shouldn't do that in the schema. We should do that in the node. So that, import, and I will maximize to know what I'm doing. Okay, so we have our agent and target. Now in initialize, we say outputs.clear. Let's do that in our schema 2. So outputs.clear. Now in here, in the tick, what we want is say var source equals to on target dot get component, and I'm not sure why I can't see it. There we go. And audio source. Okay. So what if we don't have an audio source? So if source equals to null, we set our state to be equals to earth, and we return our base.tick. After that, we say var distance equals to vector tree dot distance between our agent dot transform dot position and our target dot transform dot position. Okay. Now var level equals to source dot get custom curve. The curve we want is custom roll off. you see custom volume roll off. Now we got the curve. The curve is this orange one. Okay, so it's just that. So that is our volume. Now that we have the animation curve, we can evaluate it. And this is where bugged me a lot. Normally, you will see this. We have a max distance of 500. Make it 200, please. Okay? And you would say that, okay, this is our volume, this is our distance. So if I evaluate the distance directly, it would work. Let's try it. Okay? And let's do debug.log our level. Save, build. And I forgot something. Oh no, I added it. Okay. So right now, no, I forgot it. On a schema, we need to draw our stuff so that we can assign them. We just have the target and agent, and well, be lazy, copy paste when it's working. It's working. So our space at the end, and that's it. Now build. Come back to Unity. Create a can here. Connect it. And why are you yelling at me now? Did I forget something? Space, GUI space. Ah, yeah. Remember about your typecast. So this is can here node. And paste, and paste, and paste, and build. So now it would show correctly. There we go. So this is not what I know about. By the way, I found something that was nasty, and I fixed it in my work view. You see that I had this begin area. Again, I put it in a try catch. Also, in my node editor window, come down when you are creating the views. Please comment this guy if you don't want your window to be reset to the prefabricated size every time. Every time I would build, this window would pop up at the center, and it was bothering me. So, agent and target and tick. Why am I getting the level of 0? I should get something around point something. And if you want, it's something around 0.35 something, or yeah, 0.36 something, or 0.5 something. Okay, so I should get this value. Why I'm getting 0? It took me quite some time, near an hour actually, to find that. When you are evaluating a curve, you need to normalize this guy between 0 and 1. How we do normalization here is that we divide it by source dot max distance, and max distance is a float, so it will work properly. Also, in my toolbar view, I have this height being dynamic. I don't like it. I will say height equals to, I don't know, 15. And then in my schema for my behavior tree, that when I'm assigning the toolbar, I have, actually no, I don't have it. Yeah, I have it here. Okay, so 15. So that when my window is small like this, I don't get these very small buttons. There we go. Okay, so reset, clear, and now we get 0.90 blah. that's not correct again. Now, if it wasn't logarithmic, if it was custom, that was okay. Okay? But in logarithmic, that is not okay. And unfortunately, not that, here. In here, we don't have anything other than that custom roll off, because if you look at audio and you see that we don't have any logarithmic, okay? But we have this if source dot where was it? Roll off mode equals to custom, then we can do this whole thing, okay? Else if source dot roll off equals to logarithmic, you'll need to do stuff in another way, else, well, we are in the linear, okay? So linear would be easy, I think. It would be a ratio of this guy multiplied by the level, because if you look at the linear, well, this is the linear. It goes from 1 to 0 when we go from 0 to 100. So I will, this is a float, isn't it? Yep. I will get this guy out of here and I will call it float. So I can remove this from here. Here I will say level equals to source dot source dot volume multiplied by distance divided by source dot max distance. This should work. Let's build it. And I'm assigning local variable level. Okay. Equals to 0. Build. So clear and tick. So it's 0.137. That's not correct. It should be around again 8. So 1 minus that to revert it. And that's almost correct, I think. 8.6. Yeah, 863. Okay. 867 something. That's not again accurate. Let me think. We want a ratio. Well, at 0 it goes to 1. At distance it goes to 0. So if this is this, that would be 1 minus 1 to 0. If this is 0, then 1. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, I think the curve is not that accurate on the showing, but that value is correct now. Now, the only problem is the logarithmic roll-off. Because in logarithmic roll-off, we have this curve that is really bizarre, you know, in the shape, and it has its own curve, but uh, we don't have anything here to do that. So we say, if we say source dot uh, you see that there is nothing related to logarithmic. So again, we are back to day one, because in this mode I don't really know how to handle it. Well, let's see if I can do this. Logarithmic roll off evaluate value, maybe. So not that. Well, it's a deep math stuff, but um, hmm. Uh, 1 1 2 0.5 for that. Basically, that's a curve, you know. I wonder if I can create this curve manually and then use that. Let's try it. So we say should I do that there or here? Let's say animation curve equals to new animation curve. And here we need keyframe array. So new keyframe array of new keyframe, comma. So the first one is the time, the second one is the value. So it was 1, 1, okay? And let's do it this way. Boom. So we have that. And why are you yelling at me? New keyframe array. What is redundant there? Oh, haha. Okay. So the second one was what? To 0.5. Okay. So to 0.5 f new keyframe. The next one is for 0.25. So for 0.25 f 25 I said, thank you. New keyframe. Eight of 0.125, and you see what's going on here, but 0.125 f. Basically, each time we are multiplying by 2 and dividing by 2. Okay, so The next one should be 16. And half of that, I think I ruined it. So 0.63. So 16, 0.063 F. Yep. The next one is 32 and half of that again. So new keyframe of 32, 0.031 F. And new keyframe of 64, 0.016 maybe, I'm not sure. Yep. Then we have 128, 0 that. So new keyframe at 128, 0.008 F. And finally, new keyframe at 256, and 256 actually. What is that? Yeah, 200 and 0. Okay, so it will be source.max distance, 0. So that's our key at our curve, and then we says level equals to curve dot evaluate at distance divided by source dot max distance, and build. So we are right now on $361 something, and we get 1. Wow, totally wrong. One, huh? At distance maybe. Yep, now we are working. Now we are talking correctly. It's a bit off, as you see here. 37 is way up, okay, but near here. But that's okay. We just need a rough estimation, and I'm really not sure if this curve is accurate when you zoom in. But you may say, hey, what happened? Here, we had to normalize this guy. Here, we don't have to normalize this guy. Well, I'm not sure how the get custom curve returns a curve. Maybe it's 0 to 1 now. But here we are defining a logarithmic curve ourselves, and the distance is up to 200. So that is why we don't need to normalize it here. So that is our can here. Remember, we are in logarithmic. If you even move this guy a tiny amount, you are in custom roll-off. So now you are correctly evaluating based on the custom roll-off. You know, if you do this, for example, very crazy stuff, and tick, you will get near 1.8. That's correct. Okay. So because we are in custom roll-off, if we go to logarithmic is always this curve. So we get back to that number. Okay? And that's our level. Now, we need to define if that level is above a threshold. So we say serialized field, public float, level threshold. And here we say, finally, state equals to level threshold is, or I should say level greater than or equal to the level threshold. If that's the case, we are successful. Otherwise, we failed. We can't hear the guy. Okay? That's it. Now here I'm calculating the direct distance. There is a video on YouTube for Unity's official channel on Stealth project. The guy is using NavMesh to calculate the path so that he knows how long the distance between the guy and the path is. We will implement it later. This is the very base, and basically that is the distance we get. So we would say if use NavMesh, then use that algorithm to calculate the distance. Otherwise, this is direct distance. Okay? And now this is equals to 0 is redundant. So now coming back to our can hear schema. Let's get it from this guy. So we need to assign the float guy. So copy and paste, and we say can hear, and of course we don't have that field. We have the threshold, level threshold. So there we go. And that is our sound level threshold with capital T. Don't tell me it's wrong now. Ah, TH, okay. And I think I had it correct here. No, okay. Okay. So now we have our float being shown. And in initialize, because I don't want to be at 0, I will say level threshold equals to, I don't know, 0.5f. So now we have our initialize to add. So the rest of this guy, copy, paste, and from here up to here, can here node will return success if the level of the sound in audio source on the target is above the threshold that was set. If there is no audio source on the target, the node will set to error state. And that's it, okay? Now keep in mind, I'm not doing any null checking right now for my agent and targets. I will come back and do that fine tuning at the very end when I'm showing that it is working. So this is can see. I don't want to change that. I want this guy. So This is can here and can here. So color read-only equals to, I think I called it can here, I'm not sure, yeah. Can here dot colors with manifest. Build. And of course now I need to delete this guy, recreate it to see the fancy icon. And this is our target. The cube is our agent. And right now it's not the proper distance. Let's move this guy so that I'm sure I'm above 0.5. Something really need to be close, you know, to here in logarithmic systems. But meh. So we succeeded, okay? If I go farther away, we fail. Now if I go in linear, we have up to near these distances, very far from it, okay, to be still in success state. And nope, move here and add it here again. Thank you. So yep, that's it, you know, that's can here. For time being, as I said, I'm not handling any navmesh stuff right now because, well, we don't have any real AI. But when we have the AI, then I would come and add more stuff to this, and this will work. This happily will work, and it took me a few minutes actually to think about this part. Near and over, trust me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We had finished another one of the nodes that is really awesome in the usage. And what else do we have in our list? The next is interrupt. Now, interrupt, repeat, until failure, until success are interesting nodes, you know. They will have two outputs. And I hope I can manage that. And I hope I can manage. I will manage it, but you know, I think I won't record it today. I'm deadly tired. So have fun, everyone. Bye-bye.